He's Nick, I'm Matt, and we're Insuphishient.
And today we have a special guest.
We do.
Yes. Maya.
Yes.
Maya.
Hi.
Hey, Maya.
It's great to be here.
Maya, do you have like a Instagram or TikTok handle or something that you
Yeah,
go by?
so my Instagram handle is just Maya Thatch, and then my TikTok is like Maya Thatch or Maya Law. I'm trying to change it to Maya Thatch. So you can do like Maya Law for the TikTok, but yeah. That's just Maya Thatch should get me on social media. Yeah. Cool.
So
Perfect.
that's where people find you, and we know you because you create a lot of content, which is cool, and you primarily travel around in some of it listening to Goose, going to Goose shows, talking about that scene, and what's that like? How long have you been like doing that?
Yeah, so I would say that I saw Goose a couple of times in 2023, but I really started following them around this time, May 2024, when they got their new drummer. It was like, that was kind of, for a lot of people, that's really what like made them take off. So, and I guess... So yeah, I've been following them for like about a year now, and it's really incredible. I mean, obviously, like I was really like addicted, like not just to the music, but to the community aspect. I just met so many friends, and like a lot of people like older from the scene, from like Phish, from the Dead, that had all these great stories and stuff like that. So it was just like I loved the community. I loved like that was where I was finding my friends because it was my last year of college, and like a lot of my friends had graduated, so I was kind of looking for like another third space, so to speak. And it kind of just really fulfilled that. So I guess kind of my mission, I guess like on TikTok is kind of, because a lot of young people don't have third spaces, and like Goose is really a great one. So it's been cool to see more and more young people coming out for Goose and realizing like the magic of it. So yeah, that's kind of my whole message and thing.
Yeah, honestly, so we're going to be honest. Like, I don't really listen to Goose at all. I don't know if Nick does. But, I think the similarity. Oh, by the way, of course, it's the drummer that changed the whole thing.
Yeah,
the drummer is the backbone.
Yes.
So we talked about this. Like, why is the drummer always overlooked? Because they fucking are. They're always overlooked. I'm a drummer, so I'm obviously going to be a little more one-sided on this.
Right.
But, Fishman... I'm sorry, if I'm going to Phish show, I'm watching fucking Fishman.
That to me is...
And even Trey is. Trey already said, he's like, if I'm going to Phish,
he's in the dress, Fishman. Like he's iconic, and the band's named after him. That's what I mean. Goose just needed a drummer that was just as iconic as the other three. So,
right.
And you can't look away from Cotter. He has so much energy. He's got like a cute little vest on. He's got an earring. Like, he's insane. So it was really the last thing that they needed, because they were, doing, I kind of saw the whole thing go down with like the other drummer. Because when that
was pretty gnarly.
It was really gnarly. And like when he was kind of having his downfall, we would say like November to December, like tour, like that was very obvious to us. Like they had changed the stage setup and kind of put him like, hit him a little bit behind Cotter, and like he was not, into it at all. And we were seeing a lot of tension between the band members. They didn't really look super happy on stage. And like it completely changed when they got, when like they kicked him out or whatever in the February tour, like all looking at each other, so much better communication. I mean, 4-piece just works. You guys would know better than anyone. Like it really just works for what they're trying to do.
Yeah. It just depends. Like obviously the Grateful Dead had their own thing. And like, so I guess my thing is like, so what sets Goose like aside from, let's just say, twiddle, dogs in a pile, string cheese.
What the fuck is dogs in a pile?
I don't know. I'm not into
so
them.
Good.
Are they?
Is
that really a band, or are you guys just messing with
I'm not
me?
fucking around.
Dogs is like, that's what I mean. Is like, it's honest. It's obviously like Rick's vocals is the main thing. Like his vocals and just kind of the energy that he carries as a young guitarist, like it's really, you've never like heard of the songs like played like that just because of the singing. Like it allows you to kind of form more of an emotional connection to the lyrics. So like when he sings the Dead, or like, they just, so Goose and like Rick and Peter from Goose just walked on with Dogs in a Pile to play Boogie on Reggae Woman at their Gonzo festival. And like that was a really good example of how like, if you put Rick singing over any jam band, like it sounds incredible.
Well, most jam bands, like, let's be honest, like they don't have great vocalists.
Exactly.
And like, and that's the thing. Like even with the Dead was different. But I'm not a huge fan of Bob Weir's vocals, like in the slightest. Like I don't like his.
What
singing.
about Donna Jean, buddy?
Mountain Woman? Is that what they call her or whatever, man? I don't know. But yeah,
Jeez,
so like,
tough crowd.
But if you like listen to Umphreys, like those guys definitely stepped it up, like at least with their singing.
Yeah,
but
those
like
guys are great.
And like that's the thing is like for me, I got into Phish like in 2.0, right? And I was a freshman in high school going to see them like right after they took their hiatus. So like for me, awesome. I was like getting into them when they'd already been around for 17, 18 years.
Okay,
so
wow.
Missed this whole section that Nick got to see because Nick started in 93.
Okay. Yeah.
So like he gets two different sides of it. And that's what it was. It was like a community thing where I was just like, I just feel connected to everybody at this place, and like I feel like that's probably a very similar vibe that you're getting at Goose.
Definitely. And I think also like the other thing that sets Goose apart is their songs. Like their original songs are pretty phenomenal, and a lot of people say that they're derivative. I hear other songs and Goose songs, but like that's good for me. Like they remind me of like all of my favorite music. They remind me of like Rush and like Michael Jackson and like Phish, and like they have so many different musical influences, and they create their own like beautiful standalone songs. Yeah. So, and they still are like, I'm like with their new releases, I was kind of like a little concerned. I'm like, oh, are they going to play all these new songs? Like I want to hear their great old songs. I mean, the last two, like Dustin Hoffman and Torero, are like some of the best songs that they've ever written, and they just released them. So, it's like I would say that those songs, like I really connect to them, is like the poetry of it, the story that it tells. Like they have like a certain knack for really writing good music. So that's really what it is. Like I love Dogs. They also have some pretty good songs, and like Eggy as well, but they're not as memorable for me. Like I normally go to Dogs and Eggy for the jamming, whereas like Goose, I'm going to hear certain songs. So I think that's the main difference. Yeah.
Yeah, so they kind of have like, because I see for the Grateful Dead, I'm not a huge Dead fan, but I do love some of their songs. I mean, I can't. My wife hates Phish. Like she can't. Nice. She fucking hates them, and like so the fact that I'm
so she was coming around.
She is. She's got them on some of her fucking play. She's got some on her playlist and stuff like that. Yeah. She's sort of coming around, but my kids are really into it. But she loves the Dead.
A win.
She loves the Dead because it's that singer songwriter sort of energy and less about the jamming. Because I don't really care for Grateful Dead jamming. It sounds
me neither. Actually,
trash falling downstairs for me.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I mean, it definitely isn't as good as Phish jamming at all. Yeah,
it's different.
And I mean, now that I've been listening to like Goose and Phish, like more like when I go back and like listen to like Cornell or like Vanetta, I'm kind of like underwhelmed. Yeah, so it sucks, but
it's different. So I mean, for you, like, did you start with Goose, or did you start with somebody else and then it rocketed you?
So I think what's special about me is that Goose is really like my first jam band. Okay. I went to one Dead & Co show like 3 months before I saw Goose for the first time, and that was my first Dead & Co show. I mean, it was incredible. It was like Summer Tour, Burgettstown. It was awesome. But like Goose is the one that I follow. Like everyone I talk to about Goose usually comes from somewhere else. Like they're like, migrated from Dead & Co, migrated from Phish, whatever. But like I was in just Goose. Like they got me, and so like I think what's different about me and like other Goose fans too is like a lot of people have been following them since like 2020, 2018. So a lot of people had like a lot of shows on me, and I felt the need to just, I need to, get those numbers up. But like they didn't hit those shows in like a year. They hit those shows like over the course of like 4 years versus I'm hitting like every single show in a row almost. So
okay, so are you like officially on tour with Goose right now? So you'll be in like Oregon tomorrow?
Yes, yeah. I would say
that's cool.
Are you looking at the computer, Nick, and now following it? Because like
no,
that's not
but
cool,
as you guys are chatting and I'm like a fucking third wheel over here,
like searching the internet, like okay, where are they on tour right now?
So I've seen her content. Yeah. My questions that I was going to ask is like, are you living in your car? Like,
yes. We've been very
because that's
blessed.
What you do.
I know. I've been there.
Okay.
Exactly. I assume that you guys would both be there. Exactly. That's what people do.
In the mid 90s, like I'm living in the back of my car with like two of my friends. One of my friends is like this wonderful person that meets everybody and then just brings them in like it's family, which is not my style, but I don't hate it. I just don't do it. And so she's bringing in all of these people who all seem to be named John, which was kind of weird. So we started off as like a trio, and by the end of tour, there was like 9 of us all living in a 4-person car. It was crazy.
Exactly. See, that's the magic.
And so I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. And it's like, summer on the West Coast. And so, and they do a lot of shows, which I think is kind of cool. And they make it easy for you to get around to it. Because Phish this summer, they're doing a decent number of shows, but you need a plane.
Well, they did that. I'm under the impression they did it on purpose. Because if you look at like where they're hitting their tour, like it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. It's like East Coast for a second, then over to Texas, then back to the East Coast, then to the Midwest. I think in a lot of ways they're saying to their fans, like, listen, like, we love seeing you guys there, but we'd also like to see some new people there. Like, we don't need to keep seeing the same people. Like, even they had an interview with Mike, and he even said, like, I appreciate that, like, you love our band, and that's great, but, like, try to do your own thing and, like, put your own thing into the world.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to just stay with us at every show.
If Goose was going to do that at some point.
It's
like
still too early for that.
I don't think so.
I think
it's too early. Young.
There's definitely a lot of complaints on like, Goose Reddit or whatever about like this amount of people that are the same, like on the rail. And I think it's like the majority of just like, like people that can afford the Super TED or whatever and then get that early entry. And
I can't stand that shit though.
Exactly.
Like, because like, that's the thing is that you get a lot of people, especially younger people. And I saw this when I went to Baker's Dozen. It's like, I'd ask these people, these rail riders, and I took a 14-year hiatus from Phish.
Oh wow!
So like I saw them a bunch in 2.0, and then the scene was just a mess, and I was a mess, so I took a break. But like coming back to doing Baker's Dozen, like it's such a like neo hippie kind of reality I wasn't expecting, like where everybody was like locked in with each other, and like I was like, how do you afford all this? So they're like, my parents. I'm like, really, dude? Like,
yeah, that's the other thing is it's like I think the majority of like young hippies right now that are like doing the kind of the same thing, like it is like a trust fund thing, and like it's not that way for us. And we really haven't like talked to people were telling us to like write Goose a letter and just be like, tell them that you're poor or tell them that you're teachers or whatever, that you're not just some rich kids that are, at all their shows.
Right.
Because like maybe they'd compensate me for my videos or some kind of thing like that, or give me some kind of a pass.
Or maybe like you just get enough followers, then you start making money on it, and then you can afford the ticket. It's like it's the new age way instead of selling your grilled cheese in the parking lot.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with selling grilled cheese in the parking lot, bro.
Dude,
I know. I was doing that
Omaha
too.
steak hot dogs. That was my jam because like everybody was selling grilled cheese, but I was like, no, I got the Omaha steak hot dogs. Motherfuckers.
Awesome.
What were you selling those for?
What are you
$5?
About? Ticket? Oh yeah, it was like $5 a piece.
Oh,
that's not
so
bad because you only get $1 for a grilled cheese back in the day.
Yeah, but I was just chilling on the lawn. Like I wasn't getting up close. Like I couldn't afford that shit.
That's because Maya's putting in the work. Like you get there some days at like 5, 6 in the morning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And he's like, what do? You like sleep in line? Like I'm just.
Usually there's other people. Like what makes it easy is that there's other people when we get there at 5 in the morning, or like there's people right behind us. So we talk to each other. We get coffee. Like we play music. It was really funny in San Francisco. They were not having the line thing at all. They told us to move across the street.
Are you fucking kidding me? In San Francisco?
Yeah, you'd think, right? Like we're like, you can't line up in front of the venue. We went across the street to the church, and the church was like, get out of here. You got to be.
The church?
For some reason. Exactly, the church.
What?
And of course, like, where the Nitrous Mafia was after the show, they were all at the church. Everyone was on the church.
Is that a thing on Goose Tour too?
Oh, yeah. No, every Goose show.
Okay, but like that's, so Nick and I, we were at, where the hell were we? Albany. And like, honestly,
But it's not just Albany, it's every show.
It's everywhere, but like, it was just so effed up. Like, I'm like, great.
What does
Nitrous
ice cold fatty mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I mean, I first heard that term at my first and only Phish show, and I've been saying it ever since.
What is it?
It's just, I think it's because, like, when you hold the balloons together, like, it looks like a fat ass. That's what I was told.
Oh my! I mean, that makes me like it slightly more, but I still don't like it.
So, like, I just think it's funny. Like,
all the terminology changes. Yeah, all the
big
terminology
booty Latinas. 2 for $10.
Is that what it is?
That's what I'm selling.
Well, like,
that's good. Yeah, come up with your own terminology for it.
So like we used to get like this doesn't happen anymore, but it was a thing, like a terminology where you get spun, right? And so like
what?
Yeah, so if I don't know if you remember this, so like if you did something shitty at a show, like whatever, like you would get like somehow the fan base would like find out, and they would like take like liquid acid and like drop it on your head. And then you would get fucking spun for the show because like they just like would find this. Okay, mind you, this is 2.0 Phish. It was
okay.
Is this a real thing or is this just like lot lore?
No, this was a real thing.
Ooh, by the way, that's a new segment on the show, lot lore, which is shit that maybe happened in the lot that could be made up.
Okay, I have a question.
I love that lot lore.
So like, all right, so for your like, okay, what do you? Because I know that this is a thing. I've heard you talk about it. The kind of hate that you're getting from Phish fans, like I kind of want to know about that because,
I mean, it's like I just think that some people, it's either a complex or it's just like they're trolling, you know?
Okay, right.
Like I think a lot of people, like it's not that they like hate Goose or Goose is even like bad. I'm sure majority of the people in my comments have never like or don't really listen to Goose like you guys, and that's fine. Goose is on like Nugs. Like I don't know if you guys have Nugs. Like you probably have live Phish. You know,
Fishnet.
It's not as like accessible.
Re-listen is Nugs.
And like it's on YouTube, but like that's kind of what I'm doing on TikTok. But I mean, I think a lot of people also, because I see like other women, like people that go to Dead & Co. or like Billy or whatever that are like young women like my age, like they get the same kind of comments as me, like poser comments or.
I love Billy. Billy's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Billy's great. But
guy
like,
kills
I think people just like to call young people that like the same music, especially women that like the same music as them, like posers. Like I think it's just.
So
fun.
do you hear that a lot, like specifically as a woman?
I think so. I don't see
really
any, like,
interesting.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone ever calls like Mr. Cam, for example, like a poser. Like it's mostly on like me and like I don't know, like if you guys know like Erica Retro Games or like some of my other friends too. Like they always get that kind of, or the girls going to the Sphere or whatever. Like they're always getting that kind of like hate from like, you know, your posers, like you're fake or whatever. It's just weird.
I mean, like so that's the thing. It's like everybody. I don't care like what you're listening to. Like if you're enjoying the space that you're in, then who gives a shit?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can see me in these videos. I'm clearly having the time of my life. I'm clearly going to every show. Like if I didn't think it was the best, like I wouldn't be doing that.
And it's not even. It doesn't even matter. Like that's the thing. It's like that is what you are attracted to. Like that is your.
I thought you died.
That is your thing. And like so for Phish fans, that's their thing. For the Dead, that was their thing. And so like, but like to compare, like the comparisons is tough because like there aren't any comparisons.
There aren't any comparisons between any of these people. Really.
They grew up at different times. They listened to different fucking music, and like they're different people. You know what I mean? And like they've all, you know, the jam band scene has been there. And listen, I've definitely thrown my hate towards specific jam bands. And like, it's sort of like the culture, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. And it's fun. I mean, I do it too, you know, and it gets engagement and stuff. It's like fun. Yeah. It's fun to have like.
It is.
I mean,
I like it a lot. I think also I never meet, you know, my comments in person. Like every time I meet Phish people in person, it's like you guys. Like it's never. A lot of the people at Goose are Phish people. Like, it's not, it's never ever like my comments in person. You know what I mean? But I get the most horrendous comments. Someone commented on one of my videos that they were going to bring a scissors to Goose and like cut my hair because it was waving around. I'm like, that's assault. Like, that's crazy.
What?
That's insane.
And it's also like, why do you think that you're going to be behind me at Goose? Like, my boyfriend's going to be behind me. Like,
how the fuck are you going to find me?
Exactly. How are you going to find me? It's just like insane. Okay, I'm sorry that keeps happening.
That's okay. No worries. This is what we do here.
Right here. So
I don't know if I can.
I think this should work.
There we go.
Again, Insufficient. What are you doing, Nick? Nobody needs.
Trying to make mine feel at home.
Well, so the thing is that like I'm just happy that Nick put a shirt on today.
Stop it.
No,
that is not true.
Motherfucker came on the show with no shirt on the other day, and like I'm like, how's your wife gonna feel? Like she's gonna come in and be like, this has gone too far. Whatever you're doing with Matt has gone way too far.
That's true.
That's so funny.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up here, you're going to be doing this for like another what, like 10 or 15 shows?
We're trying
Goose?
to hit the whole summer tour through the East Coast. Like, I don't think we'll be able to get into every show, but
Sure.
as many as we can, like they did in the old days. So
Yeah.
Nice. And are you going to go to any Phish shows?
Yeah,
was gonna ask
so
you that.
we're definitely hitting the United Center run in July because we're Chicago
In Colorado.
area based.
So yeah,
in
No,
Chicago.
it's in Chicago. Bro.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what I
And I mean, if there's ever a Phish show that's like in a certain drivable distance, like that's
Sure.
not at the same time as Goose, like I will definitely go.
Right.
But it's just like usually it's at the same time as Goose and it conflicts. And it's similar
Absolutely.
to like Billy too. Like I'd love to see Billy at some point, but like it just obviously conflicts with Goose tour, so
You got to go to where you feel the best.
exactly. So
And
and it's just like I feel so great at Goose, like why change that, Like a lot of people, especially in the comments, they're just like always like, oh, you should be here, you should be here. It's like, well, no, but I'm here though.
No, I should be exactly where the fuck I am. That's
For the
why I'm
last
putting all my
year.
time into it. Yeah.
Exactly. I put all my time and it's awesome. Like I love
Right.
it. Yeah. So it's
Nick,
fun.
do you have any like questions?
Yeah.
Are we
So
doing
normally
this? Are you
we
doing
do
the 7
a
below?
segment called 7 Below, but I don't know Goose well enough to adjust that for like a Goose song reference. Is there one? Because 7 Below is a Phish song, right? And so then I ask like 7 questions. Does Goose have any songs with numbers in their title?
726.
Okay, that's too many. So we'll do hot tea. Okay,
Hot
we'll
tea,
call this
yeah,
hot
here we
tea with Maya, and it's only one question. You only get to keep Pete or Rick. Which one are you keeping?
Hard question. We were talking about this because Peter's been so much better at the guitar recently. Like he sounds like Rick did a year ago. So you might have to kick out Rick. Because here's the thing. Like I love Rick, but like Peter, like I don't know. He has this band, Great Blue. Like they are incredible. Their
See, but
jamming
he's
is
like
incredible.
he is the musician of the band.
He
The
does
dude
seem
plays
to be.
key. He
yeah.
totally is. Like
And it's also just the energy of the band. He gives everything. Like he gives as much as like he gets the whole crowd moving and dancing and having fun.
Yeah.
Like everyone's always, So
that's
do
the guy
think
to watch
that,
out
like,
for.
Like there was Visudo before Goose, but it became Goose when like Peter joined. So it has to be Rick.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, I think that would be my thing. Sorry, Rick.
See you, Rick.
Yeah, peace.
But yeah.
He's Matt. She's Maya. I'm Nick. This was Insuphishient.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
didn't even talk about Phish at all. But okay,
I tried.
what was your first Phish show?
So I went to the Nutter Center. I think it was night 2 in October 2023. In Dayton. It was insane. Like it was so fun. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was.
Is there a Phish song you're chasing currently?
I just want a live sand. I love sand, and I want a live sand. So
You've
Sand.
never gotten a sand?
no.
They
So
play it
maybe
like all the
United
fucking
Center.
time.
I know they do. So I do, but I clearly don't follow Phish enough, So
Yeah.
well, I'm excited for the United Center. I know that those shows are always really good in Chicago. So
Yeah, it'll be a good time. But
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
of course. Have a great day.
Be safe.
Thank